Good morning. We are here with Scott Cole from Eventfolio, and we're going to be talking today about personalisation of emails to increase attendance at events. Have I got that right, Scott?
That's right, yeah.
Brilliant,
Yeah.
That's a great start. Perfect. So, Scott, first of all, just give us a real quick summary of what that is to those that don't know.
Yeah, sure. So what we found in the market is that a lot of people are sending out very generic emails and not using that kind of rich data source that they've got about the people that they want to come to their events. So what we have found is that if you really personalise those emails, you tend to increase the volume of conversion rates from those emails and therefore attendees at your event.
Cool.
The added benefit of that is that you're not having to send out thousands of emails that are going to the wrong people with the wrong messaging. So your costs of emails also goes down as well.
And of course we've got GDPR, no one spamming everyone's email boxes. That's a no-no now anymore.
Yeah.
So, well, given that, what are you finding some of the challenges out there in the market are when it comes to that? Is it different numbers of platforms? Is it people using antiquated software? What are you finding out there?
Both of those, actually. Yeah. So, in particular in the session we just had, it was very apparent that people at very different stages of their journeys. And we had some people that were still kind of running off spreadsheets and importing those into the bulk mailing systems, right through to those that have fully embraced automation and they've got fully connected systems through from the website, so interactions that people were having on their websites were influencing the content that then appeared within the email campaigns. And that information was kind of being fed back. So that was the kind of the very top end. Yeah. But there was a lot in between and a lot kind of near the very early stages on very old systems.
Okay, right. And I think one of the things that's coming out a lot at the moment in terms of conversation and about, it's API. It's API. I mean, it's people talking about this, but still not doing it particularly well. Yeah. And what's your stance on that? And how do you do you work with other systems? And
absolutely.
How can it work with in the emailing piece as well?
Yeah. So just to kind of pick up on that point, we still see a lot of people doing sort of exports of data from one system and import them into another. So they've got multiple spreadsheets being generated again from a GDPR compliance. There's a huge risk there.
Yeah.
But not also that. I mean, also from an automation. And from an error perspective, so the potential for errors in those spreadsheets and then erroneous data getting back into your systems is pretty challenging as well. But in terms of automation, we have a pretty robust API into our, obviously it's a very robust API into our platform. We have what's called a data manager, and we have a data contract that we put in place with our partners. So when we're talking to app providers or badging systems, we have kind of a data contract that says, this is the data we're expecting, this is the format we're expecting it in, and this is the frequency of synchronization that we're going to put in place.
Yeah.
And then importantly from a GDPR perspective, we can just very quickly identify where that data sits, and then if needs be, hit delete or,
And I think that's the challenge, just, particularly now, that otherwise you're running the risk of all that data sitting on somebody's laptop somewhere. Yeah. Is it secure? Who's got hold of that?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, even from that perspective, even if you are using APIs, as you said before, there are still people using lots of different systems to do different things.
Yeah.
It's particularly from our perspective in terms of the platform we've developed. We've fully embraced the website, the event registration, the email marketing automation, and it's all integrated in one platform. So everything's interlinked. So you're not having to integrate with other systems necessarily.
So just give me, we've got 1 minute left.
Okay.
Just some examples of like the personalisation that you can do. How can you sort of, give me one good example because we've only got a minute.
Okay, 1 minute. So we do a lot of work in the membership sector, and membership organisations tend to have very rich data sources about their users, whether they're graduate members, fellows, or full members, or whatever. So what we're able to do within our platform is put conditional rules within one email template that then displays relevant content to that individual based on the information that you know about them. So what that means is that you've got one email template going to everybody, but every email that goes out is highly personalised to that individial, rather than having to create, segment one set of data and another, and then create a separate email template for each one. You've just got one email template.
So one rules. Sort of really decent set of rule system in there that you can then really sort of go in there and target accordingly.
It's
brilliant.
It's gone very well.
Quickly, 3 takeaways.
3 takeaways. got to catch up. You've got to try and get investment, and you've got to try and get the budget to get out of your antiquated systems using spreadsheets.
Yep.
That was one of the challenges that they came across in the session we had earlier. It was actually demonstrating ROI. I don't think it's so much about ROI. I think it's about data security, GDPR, and being compliant. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of ROI in there in terms of reducing the volume of emails going out, increasing conversion rates. People just got to really up their game and get out of those antiquated systems.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Scott Cole from Eventfolio. That is a wrap.
Thank you very much.